doing this very quickly and stuff. It's going to be great. Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to introduce the movies right now and bring Enzo up for a second to introduce them himself. And I'm going to watch the flick. And then in between, Enzo's going to come up here and I'll see if I'm going to open it up to the audience. I have a lot of questions. So I might open it up to the audience. Put it on my ear. But right now, let me just say, okay, Battle Squadron is a terrific film. You're in for a real big treat. Now, it was never released in America. I mean, it showed on TV and syndication packages, and I'm sure exchange houses had prints from time to time. But it never got a theatrical release with a poster and newspaper advertisements or any of that stuff. But what's really interesting is in Italy, it's one of the films that Enzo is known the most for. It was a big hit, and it's also one of his biggest movies. You'll see in this film, the film is not a bunch of guys. Explain. The genre is called macaroni combat. That is action World War II movies done in Italy, all right? There wasn't a name for that genre for a long time. Dirty Dozen rip-off, Italian World War II movie. But then the Japanese came up with the name for the genre, macaroni combat. But now, as opposed to most macaroni combat movies, this is not a bunch of guys on a mission. This actually has quite a large historical sweep, like the Battle of Britain example. And it's also one of my favorite storylines ever is the Nazi World War II infiltrators. The guys dressed like Americans, who could talk like Americans. All right, and that's one of the big plots of this film. The other thing about the film that's so cool is it has an awesome recreation of the beach of Dunkirk. That really is fantastic. It's sweeping. It's huge. It's just terrific. You're going to love it. And Frederick Stafford's in it. Van Johnson's in it. Then after that, we've got High Crime. High Crime was the film he did with Franco Nero, and was such a smash when it came out in Italy that it literally, the way Dirty Harry affected police dramas in America for years and years to come, this affected the Italian policer for years to come, and created the relationship between Enzo G. Castorelli and Franco Nero, which went on for 6 films. And I'll name them all later. And, but right now, let me bring up Maestro Enzo G. Castorelli!